But Lou, you're watching the show right now.
Oh
man, are you talking about our music?
Yeah. I think it's gonna roll. Right about.
Cue our music.
1, 1, 2. Check me out right here, yo. Need to turn the track up a little bit for me. All up in my ears. The mic is loud, but the music ain't loud. Yeah. Yeah. Now the mic is low now. Turn the mic up a little bit. My this shit's all the way up. Yeah. The music is loud. It's knocking up. That's what I'm talking about. I just want to wild out.
Guys, welcome to the week 4 of the Super Show. I guess I'm on this week as the special guest. I'll be handling the power rankings for you guys. So without further ado, let's just get into it. So as you guys can see, got Goose at pretty much unanimous 1. Looks like, is that like 1 or 2 people that put him at 2? It's not many.
So me and Goose
out of 18.
Me and Goose were the only 2 that had dressed down number 1 overall, despite coming off a dismantling of league disgrace Delphin, who I will go into in a bit. But yeah, let's not get sandbagged on the actual good players in the league. Let's keep going.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, just wondering. So pretty much unanimous number 1, which I'm not surprised about. Most ridiculous team I've ever seen in my life. We got 2 dress down. I don't think there's anyone who's going to be disputing that one at 1.9. Lou made a huge jump. Who did you even play this week again? Last week?
Last week I played Bread, and Final Gambit was
you beat
his
Bread.
only kill.
People thought that you are a 3.0. Interesting.
I mean, I've got a nice track record outside of
really.
this, so I'm coming off a round of 8 finish in the GBA. I think a lot of people have seen that. I'm close to winning a 3rd league in a month in PDT at a server that a lot of these players come from. So I've got a hot hand right now.
Got some pedigree with it too, for sure. Okay, moving on. We got Manny at 4.6. I'm sure the only person pissed about this is the Don. As I'm sure he probably has him, my guess is like 13 or something like that, something ridiculous.
Right, Manny's a regular season powerhouse.
As always. Got Copy at 5.3. I'm sure if you asked him, he'd double that score, but Copy, stop fucking lying. We all know you're good, so. Yeah. We got Plutoni at 5.6. I'm not going to lie. That's pretty surprising to me. I feel like I haven't seen anything from Plutoni at such a high ranking. This person has a 2-1 record, right? Something like that.
Right, but even their loss was close. I think that what people have really generated from Plutonia is that he's very competent. He's a methodical player, so a player like that is going to come out of the gate a little bit slow while they're learning the play styles of everybody else. They're still gathering information. I think that 6 is a fair placement for Plutonia so far based off what we've seen. He's not playing for differential. He's playing to generate the win, but 6, I think, was more than a fair placement for him so far.
Interesting. All right. Moving on, we got Keon at a nice 6.9. Good for you. Good for you. Yeah, no complaints there. Got me, Air Chomp, 7.1. No comment. Drew, a little bit of a... what happened? You want to say something?
Yeah, so there's a couple of things I want to say. So it looks like you're making a comeback player of the year bid there, as you've seen on the intro video. And then further up, I want to point out that the little ninja at 5.3, we're not going to have any further data on him. So he is taking a trip to Qatar, and he'll be there for like a month, and he'll just be eating the shawarma and visiting some of the most lavish malls in the world. And he's not going to be thinking about Pokemon, even though he'll probably hit and run us in chat with a couple of witty, un-Canadian-like remarks. And then he'll continue shopping, and he'll be back. But QBO, we're ringing in to replace him.
It'll be the biggest plot twist ever when QBO takes over Copy's team, and then Copy takes over Delphin's team in a few weeks.
Oh shit! I don't think that's how it's gonna play out.
No, probably not. I'm just kidding. But all right, moving on. We got a little bit of a drop off now. We got Drew at 8.4. No more comments there, I guess. Woozy at 8.8 made a big leap from last week. Pretty convincing win, honestly, over Copy. No questions there, no complaints. Good on you, Woozy. That was good. It was a good game. David at a solid 10. Cool. Okay. Circle at 10.8. Braves at 12.2. Circle at 10.8 is interesting because he hasn't won a game. But I feel like so many people didn't play the best in the prior week that he's been pretty... If he didn't go up in some rankings, he stayed the same, which is pretty interesting. He does have a good team, though. So that's probably why people get the
sometimes
benefit
no
of the doubt.
news is good news.
Facts. All right. Moving on, we got Braves at 12.2. Yeah, Lou, I don't know if you want to say anything there.
Right, so unfortunately Braves is going to have to drop for personal matters, and yeah, our condolences, and we really empathize with you, Braves. Whenever things are right, we would love to have you back with the league, and you know, we could kind of tell that things were up. He brought the same six all three of his games. He mixed up the sets, but with how innovative he had been last season, we knew that you know, he just wasn't having enough time to put into prep, and he opened up to us. But you know, he has to handle his personal business, and I really feel for what he's going through, having been through a similar process myself, and would like to see him back for next season as Bold Braves. And yeah, I think everybody agrees with that.
For sure. Cool. All right, moving on. Stein at 12.7. Really looking forward to the Circle Stein matchup this upcoming weekend. That one's going to be a really big one. The loser of that one, it's going to be tough to make the playoffs in that division. So that's going to be pretty damning, I feel. So we'll see.
Right.
Don at 13.7. This dude's had like 2 embarrassing losses back to back, and he's probably one sandy landed crab hammer away from another loss. So who knows? Who knows what he's cooking up over there? But nothing's going right. It feels like kind of mix things up, brother. Something's not working.
I just
He's
what
falling
really
for the same propaganda if you think he was going to win if that crab hammer hit. I know it's going to still be an ass kicker.
I got to give him some copium.
I just want to say for Brother Don, I think he really needs to open himself up to criticism. I think he has really played suboptimally, and without a cover legendary, I don't know. I don't even think I would say average. He just looks inexperienced, and he kind of looks spooked. Looks like he's playing against ghosts. He makes good predictions every now and then, but if you miss open layups and you miss the routine plays, like, I don't know, you're gonna stay towards the bottom of these rankings.
Especially with how difficult our league is this season, for sure. Yeah. Next, we got Don, 13-7, and then Brett neck and neck with him at 13-9. Honestly, I feel like Brett has not played this poor to be 16. So I'm going to advocate for you, Brett, for next week. Justice for Brett. He's not that bad, guys. Come on.
The new look, Brett.
Keep him up a little bit. He's looked good. He's looked way better, honestly. Way more improved. Next, we have... Okay. We got Sand at 17. What is it, 16-3?
Yeah, he was 16.1 last week.
Damn, that 4-0 loss only brought him down 0.2. That's telling. Okay. Honestly, he's one of my closest friends here, but Nick, you suck. So, sorry. Sorry about that,
Listen,
man.
as bad as
Brutal.
Nick has played,
Yikes.
he is in a different galaxy than this last place 18 team. Just honestly, the most dog shit, god awful, poorish disgrace I have ever seen in the draft league format. Coming off a forfeit to dress down, I don't think we can get him out of here. I think he needs to go out in a dumpster. His attitude's terrible. He's playing anime. And then you're running out the same exact team 6 weeks in a row. And then I'm not even that. I'm like, guys, I'm taking it easy. The dirt I have on this man, I didn't even play in the BDSP league. He did the same exact thing in the BDSP league. He ran the same exact 6 mines every single week in BDSP. And then you guys trot him out here, and you guys tell me, oh yeah, he's actually a decent player. He likes to think outside of the box. He likes to think outside of the box. No, he just doesn't give a shit, and he runs the same exact team every single fucking week. And then you guys are like, no, he doesn't. No, he's lazy. He's lazy Braves, and I'm tired. Okay? Tired. Guys, I'm barely.
All right, leading us off, we have Air Chomp versus Delphin. And I know this, it feels like poison to say because I've not done it yet, but I've got to pick Air Chomp to win a game here. In my mind, he's 0-3 because I've picked against him every week, but he keeps winning somehow. Now, this is going to be an absolute ass kick, and I think bell to bell. Because Delphin has not played very well at any point, and he got 6-0'd last week, forfeited the game. I'll let Lou say all the other negative stuff. But King Gambit does very well here. The only thing that Delphin has that poses a threat at all is Excadrill in the sand, and it can't really beat Tusk unless he plays incredibly well. But I do see Delphin sneaking a kill or two in here. I think he wins. I think Air Chomp wins 4-0. Air Chomp, what do you got?
Yeah, I think that analysis is pretty spot on. I for the first time in I think the entirety of this league, I feel like I have a good matchup going into this week. King Gambit goes ridiculous here. So Delphin, watch out for the sucker bunches. They're coming. But I'm pretty sure if he gets some Shaman Sky shenanigans, he can definitely get some kills. But if not, I don't really see an angle here. I'm gonna say 5-0 me, but you never know.
You guys done?
Yep.
All right. Dolphin, can you hear me? All right, good. listen up. There's a cringe around you that a grandmother baking cookies. I wouldn't even give you a cookie out of the oven after baking a batch, after the word jumble you spew. I haven't looked at this matchup. It doesn't matter what 6 either team brings. Alex's Shuckle could come into this game and beat Dolphin 6-0. He is that bad. He might quit on turn 12 when he realizes he can't win. Air Chomp is a superior player, and then I want Dolphin gone ASAP. I'm going to bring out a broom. I'm going to sweep Dolphin out of the league after this 6-0. We've got him on wait. He's been playing Genshin Impact for the last 7 hours, and he's not ready. Air Chomp is a superior foe, and 6-0. I'm going to look real quick. I think we need Covert Cloak on the Florgus, which I heard. And King Gambit is going to sweep him and send him back to the mentally challenged classroom. And I think we're going to have a resignation letter. Maybe I'm mentally challenged. I think we're going to have a resignation later. Hold on, I'm talking like Delphin right now. Yeah, we're going to have our resignation letter by Delphin following this game. And honestly, I couldn't be more excited. I brought in QBO to replace this player. I brought in Beast of the Future to replace this player. And they're both plugging in holes elsewhere. And now I got to pull a third player in like 3 hours to replace this jabroni. And yeah, get him out of the league. Get him off my screen. Air Chomp, go ahead, fire it up. Send this kid to the Shadow Realm. And I just haven't liked him. He poked fun at me once. He told me I don't know what it feels like to work from the iPhone factory. And he's dead. He's dead meat. Delphin L should be your YouTube name. And that's a segment. I don't think I got into him enough. But he can't handle it. He can't hang. He just, I wish I could come here and I wish I could scream. I wish I could do a lot of things, but he can't handle it. He's a big marshmallow. He fumbled to the pressure of dress down recovery when he clearly could have stalled out a couple more turns, maybe stolen them on. But that was too stressful. Too stressful. And Delphin, here's your participation trophy. I'm going to present it to you now. Let me write it up. Here, I'm here to present Delphin's award.
Good luck finding somebody to replace him with this team.
Hold on, I'm making Delphin's award right now. Guys, fill in the blank space. I'm making the award.
What are you doing? You writing something on the piece of paper?
You'll see.
All right.
How about those Orioles, huh?
Hey, I'm rooting on the Orioles trade right now. I love the young talent they got going.
Yeah, I like it. What about that guy? Who's that guy from the Reds? Who's fast as shit?
Ellie De La Cruz.
I like watching him. He's tough.
He's exciting. Yeah, he's cool.
All right.
I think Circle.
I'm ready to present my project from the Delphin Mentally Challenged Classroom. Here are the official Delphin L walking papers. See you later.
And he's surrounded by drowsies. This is a gangbang. Get the candy. Get the... Who's that? Pidgey was his first Pokemon, and it can speak. Joey, it's me. Help me. I don't want to fight anymore. Joey, snap out of it. I can't fight anymore. Save me. I have to break free. And he went Super Saiyan. Wow, he made Pidgey die. He's such a mean person, but he is Joey. I'm glad he's not telling us about his shorts, though.
Shout out Genshin Impact, which Dolphin's been playing for 8 hours and ducking air chomp. But now we're going to get into the real part of the slate. Here, after no sand Platonia coverage, we watched that game live to the tune of a sand 4-0, shocking everybody. But let's get into Stein Kyo. So I got Stein bringing a very Lou-esque team. He's going to bring Zapdos with Damp Rock, Rain Dance, Hail, Roost, and Weather Ball. And then the rest of this team, with the exception of Mega Gallade and some coverage, is going to be choice items. So Dragapult is going to bring the choice item known as a Band, but it is also going to carry Flamethrower in case Ferrothorn comes. Azumarill will come banded. Jirachi's going to come scarfed. Make sure it has Ice Punch, some nice Iron Head at a minimum. Crocodile is going to come Scarf, and let's go Moxie. Yeah, go Moxie because you're playing an Enamorous. And then Kyo is going to bring the Ursaluna. I think it'll be Guts this week though. Mega Garchomp, Poison Jab is a must. I think it's going to run Scale Shot as well. Kyurem, I like Specs here with a little Freeze Dry. Gudra Hisui is going to come with an AV. Zygarde 10 is going to come Terra Normal. And Enamorous is going to come Scarf Contrary. I think Kyo has been exposed, and I think Stein still has his best mons to play. And I was writing that on the back of Delphin's participation trophy walking papers. So nice, I gotta show it twice. I think Stein's gonna win 1-0, and I think he's gonna get back in the win column if he isn't already after the circle game. So potentially Stein 2-2, potentially 1-3, potentially 0-4, but I think he will be 1-2 or 2-2. After this. Who's got next? Ed Chomp, you're muted. You got to unmute your mic.
Yeah, thanks. Okay. Looking at the matchup, looks pretty Keon favored. Just before I go into it, why Rain Dance and Hail on the Zapdos list?
So you're playing against a Mega Garchomp that the Rain Dance is not going to be enough. You're also playing against an Enamorous and Ursaluna that the Hail would be pretty favorable against. You also potentially could bring Trev, but I think the likely mons, the Ursaluna, the Garchomp, you can hit Skeledirge. You can hit with the water. I think those two weathers give you enough, and just run the item that will extend that weather. And Kyo might malfunction.
Wouldn't that help Kyurem though? With the Hail?
It will, but
you
think he's gonna run it optimally? It might not even come. So I doubt it runs Dragon Dance, even though we've been saying it should like every single week. I don't think he's gonna run a normal set on the Kyurem.
Sure. Well, I will say, with all the unique sets that he does come out with, it's pretty hard to mess up the Mega Garchomp one. Pretty straightforward. Get the scale shot down. Probably the best move it will ever get, ever. It makes up for the lack of speed. Literally the only reason why it's considered bad. And I see Mega Garchomp completely taking over this game. Maybe after some hazards are set, but I don't know. Stein's play hasn't been the most inspiring this season. I'd say trying to think too hard, and biggest example I could think of is the toxicity coming physical the first 2 weeks. I think you're thinking too much into it, man. The reason why it's good, the reason why it's 10 points in the first place is because, especially if you can Terra Normal it, Boomburst absolutely annihilates things. So I don't even know. I don't even think you go like weather. I think you go like Tailwind and then Volt Switch into Toxicity and just let it shine for once instead of trying to shift gear up for some weird wing. But yeah, until Stein shows it, it's hard to vote for him. I got Chomp winning this 4-0. You sorry.
Yeah, I also have Chomp winning, not quite 4-0. I just think it's looming, and I think the snail is going to rear its ugly head again and ruin the league for everyone, and no one's going to have fun for the next 2 months. And I do like what Lou said. I like a lot of choiced items on Stein's team. I think you have to try and break through this dumb nonsense that's going to come, whether it's the Corsola or Goodra, some weird no attack Skeletor. An Amorous Scarf is scary. I don't know how much I like Contrary. I'm always what's the other one? Cute Charm. I like Cute Charm. If Stein forgets to make everything female, I think that could come in clutch at some point. But I think the real unspoken MVP of this game for Chomp will be Zygarde 10. I do not see what is switching into that 1,000 arrows, especially if it comes banded. I've lost Stein on the stop. Hang on. Where is he? Oh yeah.
You don't think an Autono can take it?
There we go. What's that?
You don't think an Autono can take it?
I don't know that I would bring Autono in this game at all. It's going to end up set up bait for half of the Pokemon on the Chomp team. If he brings Autono, he's already playing to lose from the start.
Yeah.
I think the course was going to come again. It didn't get to show itself last week. I've got Chomp winning 2-0.
Okay, let's move on.
Subway Woos, okay. Eric, sure. Is that my Clodsire? David's Junk? Okay. Juin Copy's Recipe? I thought that was a secret. What the hell? See, that's funny. What the fuck?
All right. Next, we have Manny versus Braves. Looking at this matchup, honestly, I feel like Aegis Slash goes a little bit crazy here, at least walling the top few mons and Tapu Lele and Sneasler. I guess checking Lele, not many walls for it. But, so that in itself, I guess I said Braves, meant Beast taking over now. But, yeah, so that in itself is pretty scary. At first, I was looking at a Poltegeist sweep for Manny, see if that was like plausible. But I think the combination of Mega Swampert, it probably outspeeds within the rain, right? Crazy.
It should.
I think it does. I think the combination of that and the combination of literally everything on his team probably one-shots the Poltegeist, unless it's like Terra Fighting, maybe. That's probably not coming this week. Um, I feel like overall, even though it's probably Beast is probably going to bring the rain, Mega Charizard X does really well here, just by nature of wanting to Earthquake everything. Literally all you have to do is kick things down, put some T-Spikes up with Clodsire, and let Zardex or Thunder's T lead. I mean, really the only true answer for Thunder T is Mega Swampert, but that could be easily worked around as like a double switch or something, or even like it gets like Sludge Waiver, right?
Well, it gets
That'll probably also gets Grass Knot. Yeah, completely forgot about that. So I mean,
I've got
something
the whole
to consider.
move memorized if you want.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm sure you do. No, I'm good. I think overall though, Manny is a pretty good matchup, and I could see one misplay basically forcing Beast on his heels like the rest of the game with all the offensive pressure that Manny has. Yeah, I'm convinced that Manny's going to win this week with like the combination of either Toxic Spikes or Spikes, and then some cleanup with either Thunder T or Mega Zardex. So I got Manny winning 2-0 this week.
What do you got, Goose?
Oh, I'm going to tell you this one, fellas, and you're going to think I'm crazy, but this will work. You bring Armor Roll, Terra Grass, Weakness Policy, Iron Defense, Calm Mind, Stored Power, Armor Cannon. Lead it. Let the Pelipper click Surf or whatever. Doesn't matter. Set up. Win from the jump. Now, sadly for Beast, Manny has Clodsire, which is the best Pokemon in the world to stop a rain team. Mega Swampert gets walled by Scarm anyway, so that doesn't matter. Samurott H puts too much pressure on Beast with spamming Speechless Edge. Spikes are really good against him. He only has Pelipper that is immune to him. If I am Beast, I'm not running this as a rain team at all. I'm bringing Pelipper and Mega Swampert, and then Venomoth, Superior, Iron Hand, Arcanine 8. It's hard for me to see Beast winning this one. Manny is a really good player, and it's clear that he has the matchup. I have Manny winning 4-0.
Okay, well, I want to say about that Armor Rouge set, bless your heart, but I think if you're a Beast in this situation, the best way that you can approach this game is to completely throw Manny off balance by completely abandoning your Rain Core. So I don't have Pelipper coming. I don't have Swampert coming. I've got a Darm Galar set coming here. Salic Berry, Zen Mode, Belly Drum. I've got Iron Hands coming with an AV. I've got a bulky Aegislash. I've got Arcanine Hisui Scarfed. I got Serp coming here, leftovers. I think if Claire can kind of pop off and enable that Darm Galar. So if Darm Galar gets into Zen mode with the Belly Drum activation, this game might be over. Especially considering it's a Psychic Terrain team, there's going to be no priority. Venomoth, Terra Bug goes pretty fucking hard here. I got Manny bringing Sneasler, Psychic Seed, Lele Scarfed. I got Samurott Hisui coming here. That could be Scarfed too. Doesn't have to though. Yeah, that's right. Let's run it Scarf. Remember who we are. I have Armor Rouge, Terra Grass as well, Goose, but never again recommend Calm Mind. So if you're trying to bait with an Armor Rouge or a Cellulege, you gotta run Endure Weakness Policy. Okay, and then you got Terra Grass in the back. The
I
Poltich.
had weakness policy.
Did you have indoor, or were you going to?
I did not get there. I'll give you that one.
Okay, and then I like Poltergeist as well for Manny, but I'm not bringing it here. But if he brings it, Terra Fighting can work. There's really no normal type on the Beast Braves team other than Lop, which is just a Elmon. Scar might have coming with Rocky Helmet. I think the typing really works here. Dundee T, I think, is kind of going to be the rock star here. So it's going to be Agility, Grass Knot, Psychic, Expert Belt at a minimum. And then, throw that Sludge on there too. And then, all in all, I think Beast can actually pull an upset here, but I think he's always struggled at finishing. So I've got Beast, poor execution. Manny's not going to make a mistake, and he's going to win 3-0. All right. I think the night is still young. We need to keep moving.
And in one of the premier matchups of the week, I studied. Bitch. In one of the premier matchups of the week, in this corner, weighing 250 pounds at a height of 6'6", from the south side with a 3-2 record, we have Crazy Brain. And in this corner, with a record of 5-0, standing at a measly 4'5", weighing 90 pounds, it's the Little Ninja. Let's get ready to rumble, folks. How's that?
All right, that was
That
good.
wasn't too bad. Okay.
Straight into the coverage.
We can work with that.
All right, next up we got Don versus Drew in the slop. If you guys are any horse racing fans, I know Drew isn't. He's got the Spectrier, doesn't know how to play it. Kind of a disgrace to Spectrier truthers. They're probably Spectrier doubters right now with how Drew's been disgracing my mind. Oh, we've got a guest.
Yo, you guys live right now?
We are live right now in the slop. Drew versus Don.
Alright, listen up. I don't give a fuck about Drew. I don't give a fuck about Don. Manny, start prepping.
Oh shit, bro.
I hate that guy.
Man said earlier today, Patagonia, I'm going to zipper you up. And now he's telling Manny to start prepping. And Manny's got another game. So
He had one good week, and now he's going to ride that high for the rest of the season.
He looked good today. I mean, what if he didn't miss? How much does he win by then?
Not much more.
I know, he didn't have much more room to win even more. I mean, what do you win, 4 out?
Yeah.
Alright. Drew, bring the fucking Spectrier and don't be the world's most predictable substitute willy-nilly Spectrier when the thing can take over a game. Let it loose, kill the Snorlax, and put a goddamn specs on it, okay? Please? Just once. Kill Snorlax and the game is over. Then Zapdos Galar Scarf. I considered banned, but the speed figures are just a tad too slow to ban. So it needs to come Scarf. Rhydon, Terra Water. It doesn't have to Terra Water, it just depends on the matchups that you see. Jolteon, Terra Ice. I like both of these Mons coming here. Ditto Ditto, whether or not it comes, is going to give Don the most obscure nightmares in prep. If you choose not to bring it, bring that goddamn Mega Altaria and stop playing scared, stop playing willy-nilly, run Dragon Dance, and if you really have to, you can run it mixed, but you know you can run it physical, guy, you know you can set up, and return, come on man, return stab. I don't need to say anything else with Mega Altaria. That's what it's known for. Don't hyper voice it. Come on. And then
Does
you
it live a +1 hit? Lou, does Volcanion live a +1 EQ?
depends on the set, but
Ooh, it does not. Or I'm sorry, it does live it. 82 to 97. Good to know. Anyway, sorry.
now this set's gonna give old Don the nightmares. So I'm gonna give you my Mew set, okay? Don't share this with anybody in tournament play, okay? Because this is a current Mew build now that it can't do cosmic power. So come in close, everybody. This is my set, so you don't run any speed on old Mew. You guys still listening? You're gonna run max HP, max special attack, a little modest, and a weakness policy. So Don's gonna think he's slick. He's gonna trigger your weakness policy. You're gonna hit the agility, and then you run coverage. And this, I'm not going to say it has sweeping potential, but it's gonna knock shit down, and once Don is off balance, Scarlet takes a tumble, she falls off the coffee table, and then she goes YouTube famous. So that's what you gotta do against old Don. And send him pictures of Ditto throughout the week to really get in his head. Now Don, I have bringing the Volcanion AV. I got Mega Gyarados coming Dragon Dance. Snorlax is your win con. Chesto Berry Curse. Diancie with the Terra Flying option. Can build this set last. Build this set last. I'm sorry, I keep talking like Dolphin. But Diancie is a very versatile mon. Have it cover your deficiencies. Deoxys Speed comes Sash. This mon plays here. Landorus, Life Orb, Rock Polish. I know you tend to run Rock Polish, but yeah, you can play it a lot of ways here. All in all, though, I think this is going to be a battle of the slop. I think this is going to be a war of attrition. I think it's going to be ugly. It's going to be... They both only kind of want it, but I think Drew is like a shinier turd, so I got Drew winning 3-0 in the slop. I can't see Air Chomp, so I'm going to throw it to Goose.
Alright.
Can you really not?
Drew has the
I
matchup
hear you, I can't
of
see
a
you.
lifetime. And I don't know that he'll take advantage of it, but Altaria has become Dragon Dance. It cannot be anything else. And it only needs Dragon Dance in the 2 attacks. If you want to run something stupid like Will-O-Wisp or Heal Bell in the last slot and never use it, that's fine. It doesn't matter. If it will, sate your need to run awful Altaria sets, do it. Plus, if Volcanion has taken any damage at all, Altaria wins the second it comes in. But it's probably going to be Hyper Voice, Defog, Roost, whatever. The Muck, Deoxys cannot come in at any point so long as Muck is alive without it immediately double switching out. The Zapdos, Scarfed outspeeds everything except Deoxys speed, which can't come in because Muck is in the background lurking the entire time. Terra Ice Jolteon really does quite a number to Don's team. It's hard for me to see a way for Don to win this game without playing completely out of his mind. Constant double switches, prediction, bringing the exact 6 he needs to. I've got Drew winning 3-0.
That's probably a pretty fair take, but I'm gonna go not really analysis heavy, more so story heavy. I don't know. I feel like Don's been in the dumps past few weeks. Hasn't been playing his best. We don't know he's better. He won our season 2 league. He's not an idiot. He's not bad. Just needs some confidence. Pretty sure, Don.
He's pretty
all
bad.
You need to do. Okay. All you need to do, Don. My path to victory for you. Unlock your Mega Gyarados. That thing. I mean, I wouldn't say it gets walled by anything in particular, but it can definitely easily set up. It becomes Dark type, so Whimsicott can't do any weird shenanigans with its Prankster. I think you're off to the races. The only issue is that Ditto. You gotta play around the Ditto. Also bringing up Mega Gyarados.
So when you mega it, if you mega it too early, you're gonna open yourself to the Zapdos. You open yourself to Spectrier, potentially, depending on your HP total.
Yeah, this one's going to be a quick one. I have a feeling this game is going to be a quick game. I think Mega Gyarados has the potential to absolutely pop off here. It's for Mega Sweep that we have. But yeah, I'm rooting for Don here. I don't think Drew really cares about this league. I don't think he puts a lot of effort into the builds from what we know he can do in other leagues. So I'm going to say Don 1-0 here. And Tom, prove me right.
And that was some fan service. So on to the next one.
I'm hearing a lot of rumblings around the league about the Woo. I should retire. I'm not the same no more. There's a lot of hate going around about the Woo. I'm trying to say, this week, dress down, better be ready. It's a heat advisory. The Woo's coming for that 0.
All right, next we got Dress Down versus Woozy, aka the other Eric. Looking at this matchup, I quite literally have no clue how Dress Down is going to prepare for this. I think Woozy has one of the best matchups I have probably ever seen versus Dress Down in my life. I think Melmetal smashes her team, Megaladios smashes her team. Lucario is definitely coming to prevent any Flutter Mane shenanigans from going on. I don't really see a win con here. Toxapex is probably the only caveat. That thing can get pretty annoying. But Earthquake from Melmetal, Psychic from Megaladios, probably even like an Earth Power from like Glamora if that comes. A lot of threatening things for this team. It's going to be really tough. I think the only way Dress Down can potentially win this is like some hazard sweep and some shenanigans with like maybe Dragonite setting up instead of going like a more utility role. It's tough though. Like Flutter Mane is not going to be allowed to breathe this game. So good luck with Dress Down. I have Woozy winning 3-0 and a pretty convincing 3-0 too.
Yeah, I also really like Woozy's matchup. I think Megaladios, Melmetal, Clefable have to come. And then Zeraora, Moltres, Glamora, and Lucario are also all really good into it. So he has to pick, 3 of those 4. And I'm not sure who I'd leave off. Because Glamora is incredible with Corrosion. You don't run it with the Toxic Spikes thing. It's got Toxapex. You can spam Toxic into Pex or Scizor with it. Nothing Dress Down can do to stop that. Now Woozy, remember, Flutter Mane learns Power Gem. do not think Moltres is safe just because it took 40% from Shadow Ball. It's going to die the next turn. Switch it out. And I recently learned, watching Lou, Dragonite learns Rock Slide. I had no idea. Moltres isn't safe in front of that either. Maybe leave it at home. Although Flame Body and the Scizor is a little too hard to pass up. I would bring Clefable, Max Special Attack, Life Orb, Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, Flamethrower, Stealth Rock. I think it can. That could definitely blow a hole in Dress Down's team. She probably wouldn't expect it. I like Woozy, but I think Dress Down's too smart and too good at building and too careful a player to get blown out. I've got Woozy winning 1-0.
Wow. So this is definitely some matchup for old Woo. Always gotta throw it up. Always gotta rep. Wow. So he's coming off a great performance last week. And DD's also coming off a great performance, a 6-0 against the Word Jumble. This is a tough matchup. I like Swoobat here. Terra Dark. Eric, you dropped. I can't see your thing again. I like Swoobat here, Terra Dark. And the speed figures, it outspeeds Megalodios. Scizor will come here banded for me. I don't think Dress Down's going to band it. Fluttermane, I like its specs. I don't think she's going to spec it. Toxapex, Rocky Helmet. Mega Metacham, coverage. And Dragonite is the lead, and it's not Lumberry. So back in the day, there used to be 2 sets you could run on Dragonite. It was Lumberry, and it was Weakness Policy. Let's run it back. Weakness Policy, baby. Woo, don't fall into the trap. 1 Dragonite DD from DD with a Weakness Policy activation between turns 1 and 3 could be a very scary scenario here. Melmetal, you coming this week? I think Melmetal's coming. Oh, shit.
Sir.
The Woo. So, Woo, Melmetal's coming this week. He's excited to play for you. I got him coming with the AV.
No way, you got him on a guest appearance too? Is that Melmetal on the back?
Yeah, it's Melmetal. He's here. So, to catch you up to speed, my guy. Goose, what'd you pick him? 3-0?
I picked 1-0. Air Chomp picked
I had a convincing 3-0 for Woozy.
Crap. Okay, I got him mixed up. Yeah.
Yeah. Fire's lit under me. It's a different Woo this season.
Let's go.
All right.
Adjustments are being made real time.
I got it. Melmetal with the AV, the Facade, the Ice Punch, but Woozy, be careful. DD's bringing Weakness Policy, lead Dragonite. She's going to DD on turn 1. She's going to expect you to Ice Punch with your Melmetal, so you're going to go for a double Iron Bash instead, which is a smart play anyway because it's a multi-scale mon. You're also going to have Earthquake and double Iron Bash on this Melmetal. Clef is very important that you bring Unaware for this Weakness Policy Dragonite. I like specs, and you can really pop off with the Clefable specs if you're able to predict the Scizor switch in and clock it with fire coverage. Zeraora, I like with Bulk Up and Fire Punch access. However, it does have some good coverage on the special side as well. Just see what really pops off in your prep. Lucario, Terra Steel BP is needed to chase away the Fluttermane. You might be able to fake that and get a Swords Dance off. Greninja, Scarf, because of the speed figures. Megalodios, listen to this set, Woo. This is going to be crucial for you. So I wouldn't invest any into speed. I'd invest everything into your HP, into your special attack, and run it modest. Rely to get your speed on agility. Psyshock here is going to be able to OHKO the Flutter Mane. Ice Beam will be crucial for the Dragonite, and the Mystical Fire for the Caesar. So all in all, this set is going to be able to hit just about everything on her team. I've got Woozy winning 2-0. So we've got 1 to 3 represented. We all have DD hitting the loss column this week in week 4. Woozy, what do you think about that?
Nah, like I said earlier, a fire's lit under me. So I think this season I'm approaching it a little bit differently. And I think Dress Down being 3-0 it's feeding me. I'm trying to come for that first L for her at least. I'm trying to make her 3-1. That would put me at the top, I would say. Or not at the top, but I get more respect around the league. So a lot of disrespect going on around here. So I gotta tell people what's good.
Woozy, what do you think so far with the first couple of games played today? What do you think of the Sand 4-0 and Dolphin continuing his loss streak?
I was actually out on I was at a brewery earlier in the night, and I was watching Sand's match, and I was like, holy shit! I was there when he did the facade. I was like, god damn, Sand brought it out the bag this week. I thought, he performed great. I don't know if it's more so Platonio's throwing the game than it is Sand kind of throwing something unexpected at him. I think it worked out in his favor. Cleaned up 4-0 victory. I think he needed that to get back on the map.
Yeah, I think Sand prepped for this game for 4 weeks and didn't.
It honestly seemed like that. Some questionable plays here and there, but he picked it up with the scissor play of the facade, and I thought it was great. Great entertainment tonight.
I thought he was throwing when Glow King got sacked. I was like, oh, here we go again.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, why sack the Glow King? Why? So I was like, questionable plays, but it worked out in his favor. He was able to bring the scissor and go to work.
Right.
When I saw him get willowed, I was like, Jesus, here we go again.
Right. He leaned into it, but as you can see, it was part of his plan.
Nah, it was great. And it was a great game. Well, not a great game against Delphin, but at least he finished the game.
Right, there, Chomp.
I can't believe I misclicked there.
Nah, I mean, what are you gonna do? You're prone to make some mistakes against Delphin.
Yeah, he put too much pressure on me. I had to click
Delphin.
protect again.
I hate playing Delphin or Bread or the Delphin or Breads of the world, because it's like if you lose, it's like fuck, all the pressure's on you.
Right.
Holy
yeah.
shit.
There's no coming back.
I hate
that.
And you never know what they bring. You never know what they're gonna bring because they're just so unpredictable. And sometimes it's just like it can work, and you're like, fuck, ain't no way. Who in their right mind would bring this set?
Listen, I'm just happy I came out with the win with a good differential. Got the win like I was supposed to. No complaint.
Absolutely.
I'll take the 4-0.
All right. With that said, folks, it is currently a little bit past 12:30 on the East Coast. 10:30 over here in the Rockies. Well, I'm not going to keep you up too late. I mean, you could stay on as long as you want, but we got to get to the next matchup.
With the second pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Saquon Barkley, running back, Penn State.
All right, we've got David versus Lou. This is a pretty rough matchup for David here, I'm seeing. I see very little way for him to win. And I think David's a pretty good player. I think he's proven some people wrong after that terrible start at the Duos League. But I think this game is about managing differential to try and make a run for the playoffs. I've got Lou winning this one 4-0. I think between Walking Wake and Roaring Moon breaks of the team pretty well. Scream Tail, if it's defensive, pretty much walls anything that David could throw at him. Lou 4-0. There's you go.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I have a little bit more aggressive. I think Lou wins 5-0 here. The combination of Walking Wake, Roaring Moon, Screamtail, and Torkoal hard counters literally his entire team. He could probably bring that in himself and not bring 2 other Mons, and he'd probably still win 4-0. So, yeah, the only way he loses a Mon if Mega Pidgeot somehow keeps hitting Hurricane, gets him confused, forces him to switch out, hit himself, something like that. I see literally no reality, or maybe Don Fan with Sturdy getting a kill, revenge kill. Who knows? Something dumb. David's never winning this matchup. His team is quite frankly outclassed here. Just pound for pound. Yeah, Lou, any thoughts?
Yeah, I'm happy you guys didn't talk about the Chan Pal. I'm happy that nobody revealed that I might be bringing Typhlosion here. I'm happy nobody talked about Stantler coming. And not with an Eviolite, with Specs. Here's the thing. I understand that people are afraid to play me, and I have this big, scary team, but week 1 against Bold Braves, I beat myself. And David is currently running for his life. He gave me the whole paragraph life story that he's traveling. He's been on like 8 different vacations since this 4-week season has begun. And I think can't play me until next week, even though he's still in the country. He's like 15 years old, and like this relationship with his girlfriend is like really serious to the point that like it's his excuse to duck me. I think Chan Pal, like my fucking weasel, is going to go Pop Goes the Weasel here, and I just need to bring Sun, whether it's manual. Well, I'm probably never gonna bring manual again because like that really lost me a game against Braves, but we seen the tech I brought last week against Bread, and I think you guys are really underselling Bread. I think what you guys don't really realize is like I controlled tempo in that game against Bread. Who is this?
Hey, Sand's back.
Hey, Sand, we need more of an evaluation on my game against David. He's ducking me. He's on his 4th vacation since the week started 4 weeks ago. I mean, the season started 4 weeks ago. I'm sorry. I've been talking like Dolphin since this coverage started. So, Sand, how do you see my game against David? Thank you.
Well, David's on what's that trip called? It's free. It's paid for. His pilgrimage. His birthright. David's on his birthright right now, so I don't want to like.
Sponsored by the JCC. Where can I go on that?
Yeah, so as long as you have ancestry, I think it's 4 generations back that you could find, you're good. So I mean, David's got it everywhere, like a little bit too much maybe. I don't mean that in a sense that it's negative. I mean it in the genetic diversity kind of way. My family, I believe, might be of the same nature. They were mountain people in Italy. There wasn't really a way to move around when you wanted to mate. I believe David may be of the same kind. Is that what you're asking about?
Nick, why does that win look like it took like 10 years off your life? You have bags on your face. Get some sleep, man.
Yeah. Like 4 hours a day.
Sam, what do you think about this matchup of David's Palafin team versus my Sun team?
I actually, when I submitted my rankings, I had you 2. I think actually looking at you and Goose's team together, like I think Lou might have the best team in the league right now.
All right, get him out.
Elephant? No, but think about it. Elephant? I mean, if he just goes full spec defense, bulk up, fucking drain punch, jet punch with the punching gloves, he could do some work, no?
No. It won't.
I mean, you need a way to crack the Venusaur. You need a way to crack the
The
Scream
issue is,
It's
well,
not cracking
Venusaur, you get
Screamtail
other
this
shit.
time.
You get
It's not
Venusaur with other
cracking.
shit. Screamtail, you gotta watch out. It's the Encore. You can't do shit till it's gone.
It's not cracking Screamtail ever.
I don't know. I couldn't even make a real team against Lou's team. It was like stupid.
You don't have a real team.
Bro, I was all defense and I didn't have a switch in.
Yeah, because it's the wrong meta to have all defense.
I'll reveal
It
this.
was so stupid.
Sand, when I brought Screamtail against you, that was an offensive Screamtail that could have OHKO'd your Caesar. I think I had.
Ooh.
I basically built my Screamtail to OHKO your quadruple weaknesses. And
So I thought your Screamtail would have fire coverage. I didn't think it would have anything for Lando T. Does it
had
get ice
ice
coverage?
beam on it. It had 3 moves to handle your quad weaknesses, and then it had Wish. But I agree here. If I bring it here, I'm going to need to do a little bit of encore shenanigans. And Iron Moth is kind of my only concern here, I think, is him trying to set up some kind of agility. I think the rest of his team is really just speed bumps. Like, it's Alpha and it's Iron Moth. And once those 2 things are gone, it's just shit that has to be played around. Maybe he scarfs the Gallade, but I think there's a reason why he's been ducking me. He's playing basketball in the JCC. He's making out with his 15-year-old girlfriend. He's just pushing off our game, and I just wanna have a hard scheduled game, and I wanna focus on winning. I want to inspire my young fans, namely Master Baguette up there in Ottawa, who I think has a great new look team. And yeah, stop ducking me, David.
Copy, brother. We got us a dead man walking here. I'm sending you up on a nice long vacation to a farm upstate after this game, so we'll see you around, brother. Have a good one. And to Q, I just want you to take a look at that dock and look at the team you're inheriting and imagine another loss in the standings and about a differential 6 points lower. See you boys around.
All right, next up, the actual final game of the week, but not the final coverage game because we got this weird rivalry thing going on. I've got the last hurrah for the little ninja, and I have him shopping at Circle's Scarf Depot in the upper class outlet mall. So he shopped at Circle. He went and he got himself 4 choice scarves. So if you hear your name called, you have a choice scarf this week if you are on the Little Ninjas team. So Paul Mott, come forward and get your choice scarf. Goldengo, I'm surprised that's a Goose mono, but it's gonna be playing against him this week. Choice scarf. Iron Valiant. Yeah, no, you're not running Booster Energy. Come get your choice scarf. And the greatest set of all time in OU, Garchomp Scarf. Let's not run it defensive, folks. Let's get it on. Little poison jab, a little outrage never hurt anybody. It actually took out many souls back in the day. Ask me, I was there. And then you're gonna round out the team with This is pretty bad, bro. This is, what else do we have? Oh, Rotom Wash, Max Defense, and Amoonguss. That's your defensive core. And Goose, the winning team, is going to run Squawkabilly, Final Gambit, Max HP, Max Speed. Watch out, Scarfers. Volcarona's coming. It's not just a display. It's coming. It's coming out of the window. Articuno's coming Terra Ground. I got Tapu Koko coming with the specs. I got Urshifu coming with the band. They shopped at Loop Choice Outlet in the same upper middle class outlet mall as Circle Scarf Outlet. You can also find, straight from the Delphin L factory, you can find Delphin's L's. You can find Stan's Hot Takes in the food court. You can find I don't know. I'm like cooked here. Iron Treads is also, he's been shopping at my outlet. He's got a band. So we run this all into Dee Dee's 10-minute. I'm thinking of her store name. It's not coming to me. I know that the sales pitch is that we can think 5 turns ahead in 10 minutes. And I'm really shitting the bed here with the punchline, but I think all in all, if you shop at all of these stores in my outlet mall, I think Copy loses. He hits us with some loser remark. He leaves Edmonton, he goes to Qatar. He's like, oh, I had no time, this, that, and the other. He comes back. He signs up for 10 leagues. He quits the 10 leagues. He has his first day of school when we start the next season. And he's like, it's like another episode of South Park, and Copy's done with this Kenny moment where he has to die at the end of every episode, but it's really him just ending the season. So he's going to hand the team over to QBO. I seen a video earlier where Goose said that he was going to win 6-0. So I have Goose winning 6-0 and Copy going to the Middle East, and QBO taking a 2-2 team and maybe making playoffs. Thank you for
that's some big Lou, that's some big disrespect for Copy. Number 5 on the power rankings. Do you think Goose is gonna 6-0 him?
He doesn't care. He's leaving. We know when this guy doesn't care. He doesn't care. Okay? Give some data coverage if you think he cares. I don't.
No.
I don't think he cares. I think Goose is going to win. Obviously not 6-0, but I think Goose is going to win. But Copy's got All right? I'm gonna be passing through on a business trip, see the kid in the fucking mall when I'm getting ready to go tussle again. And I don't care. I could get into a fucking firefight, and then that night when I get back to the compound, yo, you good to play fucking Pokemon fight? I don't make no excuses. I just play. And that's all I got.
I hear you. Alright. Well, I'll take it from here. I also have Goose winning, but not because of Copy's attitude, not because of him leaving. Just because Goose has probably the best team in the league by far. There's way too many options that are insanely versatile that he could use at his disposal. The Terra Articuno ground, specifically, that you called out, Lou, that's a great idea. I love that. I think we should totally bring that. Final Gambit Squawkabilly, why not? I agree with that too. Gives you a free kill.
Oh, he has a goat. How does he win 6-0 with the final game?
Who cares? Just hit it with something else then.
Math ain't math.
Threaten it out. Do something. Bring it anyway because it's funny.
I do love Ring.
Yeah. But the only concern would be Copy popping off with the Iron Valiant simply because of E-Turning. that Garchomp, I don't see it having too much of an impact. It gets outsped by like all of his threats besides like Urshifu and Volk, I guess. Also, Volcarona, there's no way, I will never believe that ever again in my life that Goose is bringing any shred of semblance of a real Volcarona set until I see it with my own eyes. I have only seen him bait with it or use Flame Body to get burned. Never trying to use it like how it's supposed to be used or how it's normally used. So until I see that, Volcarona is not coming. It's a fucking lie copy. Don't even prep for it. With that said, though, I have Goose winning 4-0.
Yep, I've got nothing to say. I'd hate to ruin sending him off by giving him any tips. 6-0. Sorry, Q, buddy, but that differential is going to be awful when you pick up the team.
All right. Yeah. A little bit of Goose stand up.
Last one, guys.
All right. Yeah, last game.
Wow, unreal. My gosh. This is amazing! I feel incredible! Yes, 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 yes! I can win! I feel great! I can do this! Ugh. Yes! I'm home! I'm alive! This is all a miracle! I'm awake! I'm wide awake!
Can you smell the bread that's cooking? Circle, you are going to get rolled.
All right. And lastly, but definitely not least, is our interdivision rival matchup. We got Circle versus Bread Boy over here, Master Baguette. This one's an interesting one, actually. I can see it going either way. I like the matchup for both teams, depending on what's brought. I think for Circle, obviously the win con is usually going to be the mix of Chiyu and Djokovic melting everything, and then probably Mega Pinsir cleaning up everything with its Aerialite quick attack. That's typically, if you look at the team, that's probably the key to success, and it'll probably work again here. Obviously, Ting Lu and Tangrowth give Chiyu and Djokovic respectively their own problems, but Ting Lu, I think once that's finally whittled down because it just doesn't have good recovery, I think that really opens up everything for the Chiyu. So I would be very worried of that if I was Bread. But at the same time, I think the Torn T pretty much hits everything on Circle's team really, really hard. I would be very, very concerned if I was Circle about that Torn T. I would probably Scarf 2 Mons to outspeed it just to get it out of the game. It's that threatening. Because once that Torn is gone, I don't really see much of a threat here, to be honest with you. So overall, I think that Circle's experience is going to play here over, I guess, the raw matchup of it all. So I have Circle winning 2-0. Goose, what are your thoughts?
Yep, Chiyu and Dracovic are definitely a coming scar, because they kind of have to be relevant in the game. I think Silvally is going to come, be the defogger probably. And then Stack Attacker, Comfy, Mega Pinsir. I think those are the fellas. Just bring the top 6. For Bread, I have Annihilate, probably Scarfed again. Especially if you see that Silvally isn't Ghost, bring it out, click Final Gambit on something. Getting rid of anything on Circle's team can only be a positive for Tornadus or Kartana or Hoopa cleaning up. I like Mega Guard Ever a lot. even with Corviknight, I'm sure it's not switching into hyper voices very well unless it's for that. Tinglu, just regular hazards, whirlwind, rest, maybe. Yeah, probably just stealth rock, rest, EQ, whirlwind. The Tangrowth is really important for Dracovish. This is an incredibly close game. Bread, don't bring the Blastoise. It doesn't do anything. It's probably just gonna do 20% to something and die, even after a shell smash. Don't fall for the Ice Cube. I fell for the Ice Cube when I was first looking at it, even after a belly drum, as Air Chomp told me, Corviknight takes 60 to 70%. It's not worth it. I've got, I think this one's a coin toss. I've got Circle winning 1-0 as well, just because I think he's a better, more experienced player.
Okay, so this game features my Padawan up in Ottawa and Circle, my fellow Paisan from the Chicago chapter. I think this is going to be a battle of scarves. I think they went to Circle's scarf factory outlet, and I think Chiyu, Dracovish are going to wear their usual Corviknight Rocky helmet. Comfy shopped at Lou's, got itself a nice choice specs. Azelf's going to come with a sash, and I got Silvally coming too. I liked your point with Ghost, but I'm going to bring it Fairy. Bread got himself a Kartana. The new look Breads, this is a scary team, folks. Kartana is going to come with Sacred Sword, Smart Strike, Knockoff. Nothing is going to want to switch into a Knockoff. Leaf Blade. It's going to come Scarf, because if it gets away, that's a win con. Blastoise is going to come Terra Dragon. It's going to have Shell Smash. It's also going to come as a rapid spin option. It has coverage. So if you're concerned with a Corviknight, would not bring that Corviknight in on a Blastoise. Yeah, I expect it to probably run special this week. Annihilate, I like the angle with Scarf Final Gambit. Get your plus value, you turn out if you don't see the look that you want, just to get plus value. Hoopa is going to run hand in hand with the Blastoise. They can both be run from both sides of the plate. So use these two to cover all of your coverage angles, but I have Hoopa coming Scarfed. I like what Air Chomp was saying with the Torn T. I think it goes really hard here. I personally like it with AV to live a hit. It's got the speed figures already, but have it live the hit, and then it can pivot with the regen and the AV and don't have to rely on it defogging. Tangrowth I have being the defensive anchor. It's going to come with Rocky Helmet and max defense. I think it's kind of stupid to run it AV against the GU. But I think it's going to be a mono that's going to give Circle a lot of issues. So, being that it's going to be running Rocky Helmet, it's going to punish anybody wanting to hit it physically, but it's also going to be able to predict switch-ins. And I really don't see anything that wants to switch into a Sleep Powder. I don't think Arbolive is the Mon as much as Circle likes to. Like, Circle gets really hung up on trying to put a bow tie on like Elmons. I think Circle can really raise. He's a very consistent performer, but I feel like his style of play, or rather building, is what is his like limiting factor. I feel like if Circle just put together a better team and like both, like he likes to draft depth, and then he's too hung up on trying to make something out of nothing. So if Circle brings pedigree and builds pedigree, I think with how decent he is at actually battling, and he builds, he's committed. I just don't see the tools here. I see the new look bred team winning 3-0. And I think Bred cracks single digits on the power rankings after winning 3-0.
Bold take.
That's my
Patagonia. Getting real confident talking in chat. I like that. I do the same thing. But you gotta understand. The alpha male lion is gonna let his cubs win a fight every once in a while. They gotta be able to taste victory. It's good for the kids when they're out on their own. I do the same thing in this league every once in a while, you know? I gotta let people win. I make a predict, expect them to be better than they are. You know, they click the obvious play, they win. Good for them. Helps them learn. But Patagonia, I'm gonna zipper you like a jacket. I'm not trying to teach you anything. I don't know who you are. You don't know me. But we're gonna be intimate. You're gonna hold a crab hammer real soon.